So here's the skinny. I think it's safe to assume that conspiracy theories are at this point spoiler alerts, and things that we see in movies end up being what actually is going on. And then the people that say that people are crazy, foil hats and all those. My favorite is the look on their faces when the government or whoever it is, the powers that be, say that no, in fact it is the case. And then, that face. I love that face. That eat your own shit face, And this is what I gotta say at this point. All right. I always tell anyone and everyone, if they ask, of course, and sometimes even if they don't, is to be ready. And be ready for what? Well, anything. Anything. If you look at the movie Avatar, for instance, if you've ever seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, it's basically, I'm going to go over what I mean about it. And it's unlikely candidates. So say, for instance, someone's studying aliens, right? And yes, we all know that they don't exist, and maybe they do, and who knows, and blah, blah, blah. But let's say someone is really, really in-depth about studying aliens, studying their spaceships, studying about how they walk, how they talk, what they do, any evidence that the government has on them, this person has access to, and they devoted their life into studying them, right? And then all of a sudden, something happens, that person gets kidnapped by aliens, the same ones he's been studying, and he is, in the spaceship. And at the same time that the aliens kidnap that person, they kidnap somebody else like me, for instance, God forbid. A regular Joe. Typical everyday, run-of-the-mill dude, works in a kitchen, or whatever. Just no one special. Definitely no astrophysics degrees or anything like that. So, in the spaceship, the person that's studying all, these aliens is all freaking, oh my God, like da-da-da-da-da. They're both freaked out. But the typical everyday Joe isn't the same freak out as the person who's studying aliens because, one, he's not really sure what the fuck is going on. Two, he doesn't know how to act because he's, in a fucking spaceship. Then the person that studies aliens tells him, oh my God, I've been studying these fucking things the whole time. Holy shit, this is how they communicate. This is what they do. This is how they act. This is blah, 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 blah. And the average everyday Joe just looks at the guy and it's like, how the fuck do you know so much about this? Oh, I've been studying them for my whole life. And yada. All right, so the everyday Joe is like, how do we get out of here? Let's go. Where's your studies? Well, there's no way. There's no way out because I've studied. They're very smart. They're super smart. They probably have eyes on us. Yada, yada, yada. And this is where the everyday Joe looks at the guy and he's like, you know what? You seem like a little bit of a nerd or a pussy or whatever the fuck he wants to call it. Insert derogatory comment here. And he goes, fuck off. I'm going to do my own shit. And that's exactly what it is. It's the unlikely candidates. It's the candidates that are not likely to do things that are spectacular are the ones that usually do it. Because they're not trained in it, because they're not specifically designed to handle these types of situations, they're the ones that find the best way out because of that matter. Like a typical everyday Joe that works in a kitchen, for instance, knows how to deal with fires. And not like physical fires, although those two, but emotional, sociological, whatever kind of fire. He puts out fires every day. Like as a chef, you have to walk around basically all day, you have to put out small fires. Somebody called out, the oven's broken, yada, yada, So the typical everyday Joe figures out a way to do it. If it was me, if the aliens kidnapped me, most likely, given how my life has been, structured thus far, it would probably be something along the lines of, I find a way out, I grab their spaceship or one of their support pods or whatever the fuck you call it, drive it into a tree, and fuck it up for everyone. Like I fuck it up for the aliens because I stole their shit, and I fuck it up for the government that's trying to keep it under wraps because I fucking crashed it into a tree, and then I fuck it up for the humans because now everyone's in panic mode, and the whole world is just going to pandemonium because they kidnapped the wrong everyday Joe. Meanwhile, the side that studies them is still trying to figure out how to communicate with these fucking things. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, people, just be ready. For what? for anything. Be ready for anything, and do not be afraid to try something that other people don't think you can do, especially what other people think you can't do. If you think you can't do it, that's one thing, and you're stupid for thinking that. You should just, especially if you say it, that's even worse. Say to yourself, I can, I was playing mini golf with my kid, and there was one hole where you got to hit the ball up the thing and into the thing, right? So we obviously missed, both of us, and she comes up and she tries to throw the ball over the fence into the hole, and she misses it. She misses it again. She goes, I can't do it. And I say, don't say that shit. What are you doing? Say, I can do it. Right now, say, I can't. You just said I can't do it out loud, so you can say I can, right? Say, I can do it, and then focus. She goes, I can do it, and focuses, and sure enough, gets it in from the first try. It's a matter of belief, but your belief is structured on what you say and what you think. Obviously, right? Belief comes from thoughts, and then so on and forward, it turns into habits and turns into your destiny, right? So if you write it down, it's like locking it in. If you say it out loud, it's by making it, alive in the universe, so to speak. So if you think you can't do it, immediately change your thought to yes, you can. And why can you do this if you have no formal training? Well, because recently, and Mr. Sean Webb will attest to this, he's a Mind Hacking Happiness dude. Love that guy. Didn't really read his book, but I don't think I have to, because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what he's talking about. You are involved in this giant field of consciousness that we're all involved in. And you know how people say, oh my God, he's channeling Mozart right now, or he's channeling Beethoven, channeling Freddie Mercury. You're not channeling the person. You're channeling the consciousness that was embodied in that person. So the field of consciousness that's all around us is always there. You have access to all of it. You have your own little corner of it with your memories and your knowledge and your things and things you've developed to your body how to do, right? But at the same time, everyone else's memories, everyone else's thoughts, and whatever it is that has ever been thought and done is there. And it's not like you have to fly to Paris to think Paris thoughts. No, Paris thoughts are right just as close as your memories are. It's not a field of consciousness in terms of distance or time, because time and distance in that other quote-unquote dimension aren't linear. So it's not like you have to go to Paris because it's far away. No, Paris is right here, just as far as what you did yesterday. What'd you have for breakfast yesterday? Как дела? Здравствуйте, меня зовут Дима. Just as quickly as that, it's just Russian is right there. Boom. I just know Russian because I practiced it. So it's easier for me to access it. Can I play Mozart? Not right away. But I guarantee you, if you closed your eyes and you thought about it and you started just playing on the piano, eventually, I don't know how long it would take you, you would get into this kind of like a meditative, like trance-like state where a couple of keys or maybe a couple of seconds would come out in the way a professional pianist would do it. How? Nobody knows. Science is just beginning to uncover that, and they're beginning to climb out of this crust of pseudoscience and bullshit into real, live, holy crap, this is a real thing. Can I materialize things out of thin air, make them solid? No. Is it possible? People say that they are. The holographic universe is a whole book written about things just like that. All right, so, what I'm trying to say is be ready for anything. Know that you can do it, and especially know that if you're not trained on a specific task or a specific level, does not mean that you're not going to be better than someone who is in a specific circumstance. Because like I always say, genius is not the person. To be a genius is not the person. To be a genius, anyone could be genius. You just have to walk in at the right time, at the right place, under the right circumstances, and you will be genius. Because you will have the exact ability and the knowledge from your past to be able to do something that no one else around you can in that circumstance. Even though you've never been trained on this, you just know it because this, and this, and this, and this. All right, it's just the way it is. How is it that if I take a throwing knife, right, and this is, I'm going to say, I don't want to say 10 out of 10, but I'm going to say 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 times, and I've done this on TikTok Live. People have seen me do this. I just can't, looking for one right now, but there's not one around. But I'll do a video of it later, right? If I pick it up, I look at a tree, even if it's that tree or the one that's closest to me, that tree, no matter where I am, I could take it, I could kind of gauge it, and I could throw it, and the knife will stick from the first try. It's happened before where it stuck the opposite way. So it didn't stick with the blade, it stuck with the handle, but I threw it so hard that it stuck into the tree. That's not the point. The point is the first one always, always, always sticks. I'm not a professional knife thrower. I know how to throw a knife, but I'm not by any means. Why is it the first one always sticks? Because I'm not thinking about it. Because I just gotta go with it. And the whole beginner's luck shit is complete bullshit, because there's no such thing as beginner's luck. People say beginner's luck just to make you fuck up. Have you ever noticed if you shot 3 arrows at a thing and you got it all bullseye and someone says, oh, beginner's luck, the fourth one ain't gonna go into bullseye because they stumped you, they doubted your belief, and now you're doubting yourself. Can you ride beginner's luck through and through? Yeah, just stop after the first 3. Go do something else, come back and do it again. The same mindset you did the first 3 that you hit it. And beginner's luck will be forever luck. Because luck is not sitting as luck. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Yeah, which is exactly why I'm telling you, be ready for anything. And believe in yourself. Because if you don't, nobody else will either. See you soon.